Hey guys, Footy Manager TV here. Welcome to episode number 16 on my Leeds United FIFA 16 career mode series. You can see here we do sign up another Australian youth player. Had some decent potential there. So we've got a few youth players in our youth squad now, so it's looking pretty good for the future. And just for those of you wondering, I probably will get another scout next season. Depends what we can do with transfers. And talking about transfers, you can see our money, but I just want to let you know I'll probably scout England as well along with Australia. But it's cool to get some Australians in. As you can see, I'll show you the U squad right now. And we've got a few players that I think could make an impact, maybe even possibly next season. Again, it depends where we go and how's our squad looking when we do make transfers. But Stefan Petratos looks good. But of course, the scout, a future star, Daniel Amaral, he's going to be pushing into the 70s in his overall already and pushing into next season as well. So that's looking very good. As you can see, the league table now. Basically, there's still Nottingham Forest that I suppose that can compete with us, but we should be finishing first. I can't see us dropping too much points, dropping too much games, and I should be winning not the rest of the games, but I should be winning most of the games for the rest of the season, so we can round off the season and get promotion on a positive note as well. But I was looking at the transfer budget for a reason. You know, one player that we do have on loan, Brendan Galloway, he's gone +4 this season, so his value is up to 1.3 million now, and you do know that the future fee arranged we have for him is at around 900k. If you remember earlier in the season, I can't remember the exact amount, it was 900k, or around that anyway. So we do get 180. From the FA Cup. Unfortunately, we did lose against Crystal Palace, so we got knocked out. But the good thing is, again, we can focus on the season now and make sure we finish in the top position for automatic promotion. But I do simulate this game here against Huddersfield. I felt at home, again, one of those games we should be winning. Kovalenko comes up with the goal, so it was only a 1-0 win, but defended well to keep a clean sheet. We'll go with another training session after the game played. I noticed I'm not really changing these up because I really want to focus on the attributes of these players that I've been working on and make them best as possible, along with Amaral as well, because I really want to improve that stamina. I suppose it helps improving those other relevant attributes like dribbling, ball control. They're pretty important, but stamina I at least want to get to mid-60s, so I'll keep training him until it gets to that, because I want to be using him as a legit player next season for us, rotating in midfield. But as you can see, again, Brendan Galloway, he's improved greatly. And the good thing about him is he's not like a natural attacking fullback. He's got medium and medium work rates, so he could be a viable player to play at centre-back, not like a guy who's always going to make runs forward. He will stay back. He doesn't have high defensive work rate though. But yeah, I wanted to ask for some extra money. But because in the Cup we did make the round of 16, I'll leave it at that. I can't increase it, obviously, or I could, but it would count as a failure then. So I'm going to ask for 4 million and say we're going to win the league title, which we should be doing. We've got a decent break, as you can see, 10 points at the minute. But they don't quite go for that. But I was surprised. About 3.5 million. I was over the moon with that. Because in theory, I just wanted maybe a bit more than 900k, because you don't get wage budget as well. That'll be a good feature, a little feature though, not a major feature, EA, just a little feature you can add. Instead of asking for transfer budget, you could ask for a wage budget as well, because when you ask for the transfer budget, you don't get any extra in the wage. You have to adjust it, so you don't actually get the amount you want if you don't have much wage budget available. So leave your thoughts on the money we got. Maybe do you think... Were you surprised? I was surprised. I thought maybe their reply could have been 2 million, but that much, 3.5 million, I was pretty happy with that. And do you think we got that because we have performed really well this season and we are looking like we're going to get promotion? So what a ball there from the corner to Alex Mowat, and this guy has been on fire this season. That was an amazing hit early in this game. I almost just tried that. I didn't even expect the score because I haven't scored too many from corners, so I tried to change it up a little bit, and that was a very, very good strike. I didn't actually think about it too much, like I said, because it was early in the game. Thought I might change it up, and I guess it worked. A good finish, 4th goal in the league. As I've mentioned, he's scored some goals, come up with some extra goals from midfield, exactly what you want from your central midfielders, not to be the highest goal scorer in your team, but to come up with goals throughout the season. Very important. But not too long after, Sheffield Wednesday have a chance here. It's Matthias out on the left, and he's going to play it through to Alex Lopez. And don't forget Matthias, he's the troll Ronaldo card on Ultimate Team. He like left wing Portugal. Yeah, he's the troll card. But anyway, that was a good goal. That really well worked at the end of the day. So 2 goals within 10 minutes in this game so far. But yeah, Matthias did really well to cut in. I did not anticipate it. You saw I was sliding in. I thought I could get the ball, but unfortunately I couldn't. But when you do that, you slide in, you leave yourself exposed. And actually, they have a free kick here in the injury time of the first half. Goalkeeper saves, but it's going to be a penalty given away. Again, disappointing penalty giveaway. I won't complain about it too much, but it is one of those situations when I didn't even press a tackle button. I didn't press slide tackle. I didn't press the other tackle button. I was just moving my player, and he was using his strength. But because he's kind of that bulky type, yeah, generally players fall over easily, especially if it's in the box. They will get a penalty, and then they'll finish. I thought stuttering there, he might have gone straight at the keeper, which is the case a few times. So pretty disappointed there. We kicked off the game perfectly, really, getting an early goal from a corner, a nice goal from a corner as well, a set play, but unfortunately we leave ourselves behind now after conceding that penalty. Was very disappointed. I wouldn't say it's one of those penalties in FIFA that's completely like not a penalty. I had one recently where I actually slid in and got the ball. You've have seen that in a recent episode. But yeah, this one was maybe a 50-50 one when I was pressuring him from behind, which is always dangerous. But going into the second half now, shortly after, just a couple minutes in, they score their third to make it 3-1. Again, it's a disappointing piece of defending. No one was really marking him. I was really disappointed with the positioning of the defenders I wasn't controlling, because of course in FIFA you can only control one player at a time, which is frustrating. So I had no idea what I was doing there, just booting it forward. Sometimes I try that, though. I try a long ball to Chris Wood, not as like a bruising, like the kickoff glitch or something, but I actually go to him to try and win the header and, yeah, bring it down to the other striker. As you can see there, he's very good from the head. So if you play a 2-striker formation, I'd probably suggest to do that. Like, go for a long ball, but yeah, aim it at the striker, but trying to win the header, and yeah, to header it down to the other striker you have, and yeah, maybe you can create an opportunity. But unfortunately, yeah, that didn't work initially. But Chris Wood eventually does score for his 8th goal in the championship this season. You'll see our main strikers haven't really smashed in so many goals, and unfortunately they were the team to score late in the game. We needed a goal for an equaliser, so obviously I went out for it. I'm gonna go for a long ball again. But you can kind of see the idea here perfectly. That showcases it perfectly, what I try to do. Header it down to Antonucci, but unfortunately he couldn't control it. But that's how, yeah, I would want to do it in general. But unfortunately, we do lose this game 4-2. Probably one of our worst performances so far this season. But we are having to rotate our team a lot coming towards the latter stages of the season. Not to use that as an excuse. You've got to have a good squad, which I do feel we had. We just didn't really defend too well in this game. Boskagli killing it though in training. All those defensive attributes now, those main 4 are above 80. I'm excited to see where I can take him. Also against Bristol City, a rare game I would simulate away from home, but they're actually last in the league. We were always going to win that game. They're just, yeah, terrible team for this division. They're getting belted a lot of the time. That's why they're sitting at the bottom of the table. But we do get a player injured, and he's out for the whole season now. Disappointing injury. Alex Mowat. It's really disappointing, but again, the situation we're in, I guess it's good. He can just have a layoff until next season, hopefully playing Premier League football, and yeah, he'll be back. And obviously we might have to make a few new signings to compete. Hopefully he'll still be, yeah, one of the better teams, but unfortunately dropping points. You can see now we're only 7 points ahead. Nottingham Forest are finishing off the season really well, but look at all these players we have out for international duty. That's something I won't miss that. I won't miss that when I get into the Premier League, because of course in the Championship they don't have the international break, so you have all these players. Look, all these first team players not going to be playing, so maybe this season is not over yet. Maybe I won't finish first. I like to think I'll still at least finish second, but I may drop points because of all these players missing. Of course, we're still playing some decent players, but it's definitely not our best team. We had to rotate it a lot. And we're playing against Cardiff. They're a team who's actually fighting for a playoff place. They're about 8th. They're about 8th, so you couldn't see them on the table. They were just below, yeah, like the teams that show. But yeah, they are fighting. So this was going to be a huge game. It was going to be a bit harder than normal because we don't have our best starting 11. We've still got decent players, though. One of those is Antonucci, and he loves those shots when he's in with a chance, just finessing it, opposed to just powering it in. So I continue to use that with him, even though he doesn't have a finesse shot trait specifically. He just finishes really well, but his strength and balance on the ball there to not allow the centre-back to kind of win it back, and he got away from him, opened the space for himself, and he was able to finish, and that's his 8th goal. See, him and Chris Wood are around the same goals in the league this season. It hasn't been one big striker we've had who smashed in a lot of goals. They really share the load, but unfortunately, Sadi is in here, and he's able to get the equaliser in the 34th minute. Important for them. They really want to fight for something in this game, at least try and get a draw, but obviously they'll be looking for wins as they're just outside the playoff places. They need to be picking up 3 points, so they're not giving up here today. That was a really good strike. Again, not the best defending though, and that's actually his 15th goal in the championship. Idris Saidi, I want to know who this guy is. Is he decent? What's his overall? I might get a scout report on him if he smashed in 15 goals this season. But Sam Byram getting forward once more. You know, he's very dangerous with those crosses. So he puts it into Antonucci, hits the post, but luckily it falls back to him. So we can take the lead once again in this game. But Sam Byram is such an effect on the right wing, even when he's playing as a fullback. He can play right mid as well. So 2 good positions down that side. He's definitely a player for the future for us. He's a player now, but he's going to be playing for really the duration of this career mode. And where would you like to see this career mode goal in terms of the length of it? Would you like this to be my only career mode for FIFA 16 or my last career mode? I don't really start another one. I just play this until FIFA 17 later in the year. But it really depends how far I go with it. Like if I end up winning Premier League and Champions League, but that's going to be really hard. Like I can't see that happening in the next 2 or 3 seasons. It'll probably have to be like a 5 or 6 season project. So what do you think about that? And if it was 5 or 6 seasons, that would probably take me until FIFA 17. But leave your thoughts anyway. Do you think we can still win the title, get promoted? Leave your feedback, drop a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video.